Well, good morning, fight fans. It is 1:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and I actually made it through this fight. Some of you know that I complain a lot about these fights starting late, but I got the little extra burst of energy, and this fight was exciting, so it popped me right on up. Of course, I'm talking about Devin Haney v. Ryan Garcia. Let me start out by saying I got this fight wrong. I had Devin Haney by unanimous decision. I thought that his skill would overtake Ryan's power and I thought it might be a little bit closer, but I still thought that Devin would win by unanimous decision. Let me get to my pros and cons. I'm going to start with Ryan. The pros would be his left hook. That left hook is his best weapon, and he came in here using that. I also like the fact that he was throwing uppercuts in the first half of the fight. Earlier in the fight, he did a good job of throwing the uppercut whenever Haney would duck down. I like the fact that Ryan used his tall stance. He's taller than Devin Haney, and he was using his stance. He didn't dip down a lot at the knees. And I like the fact that when he threw that left hand, or any shot for that matter, that he was throwing it with power. That brings me to my cons. No jab. Ryan Garcia's jab was non-existent, and I think that this fight would have went a little better for him if he would have used his jab. I don't like the fact that later in the fight, he did not throw that uppercut like he did earlier in the fight. I also did not like the fact that when he was in the Philly shell, he kept turning his back, which opened himself up for a liver shot that really, if Haney would have had more power like Gervonta Davis did, he probably could have either knocked Ryan out or at least knocked him down. The holding. I didn't like the fact that Ryan was holding, and I didn't like the fact that he allowed himself to be held. As for Devin Haney, the pros would be speed. I thought he would come in there using his high boxing IQ and using his speed. I also like the looping right hand. Whenever Ryan would put his guards up, Devin would throw the looping right hand to go around the guard. I like the body work that Devin was doing, the stab jab, as they call it, to the body. And I like the fact that he showed a good chin. The man got knocked down 3 times. I believe he was hurt all 3 times, but he got up all 3 times. And my last pro would be, I like the fact that Devin did not use the fact that Ryan missed weight as an excuse. Even at the end of the fight, he said, hey, I accepted the fight. It just is what it is. As for the cons, I didn't like the fact that Devin was pulling straight back, which allowed him to get caught by quite a few of those left hooks that Ryan was throwing. I didn't like the fact that he got into a firefight. He knew that Ryan's best chance to win this fight was going to get into a firefight, and he allowed that to happen. I didn't like the fact that he was holding and also allowing himself to be held the same as Ryan. And I didn't like the fact that he was not ducking under the left hook. It seemed like Ryan almost couldn't miss with it. Let's talk about the fight. First round, it was fireworks the first 15 seconds. Ryan comes out, lands a huge left hook, and that and Devin was wobbled from that very early. I like the fact that Ryan did not jump on him immediately. He actually stood back and he stuck to his game plan. He didn't get crazy and throw a bunch of shots because he had the man hurt in the first round. The next few rounds, Devin began to pick it up, and he actually fought rounds 2 through 5 the way that I thought that he would fight pretty much the whole fight, where he would be in control. We get to round 6. Ryan comes out strong. He kind of shoe shines into the body. He goes upstairs. He wobbles him again. And Devin, instead of using his footwork, he still kind of stood right there and kind of got into a little bit of a firefight. The last half of the fight, Ryan knocks him down 3 times. Devin recovered. He got up, but I didn't like the fact that he still, for the most part, stood in front of Ryan and allowed Ryan to get his shots off instead of him maybe getting on his toes, moving around, circling. His best defense really was whenever he would get in close, he would just hold Ryan, and then Ryan would take his left arm and hook it around his head. So there was, so we had that kind of slowing the fight down a little bit. Devin did do a good job in, I don't remember what round it was, where he went to the body like 3-4 times whenever Ryan would turn his back. But that's what I want to see Devin do more of. I want to see him punch as hard as he could to Ryan's side and almost the side of his back, because Ryan was giving it up to him. We get to the 12th round, And I thought that Ryan was going to need to win that round to win the fight, but he seemed like he took the round off a little bit. It seemed like in his mind, he thought he did enough with those 3 knockdowns. I did not like that for Ryan. And I thought that Devin could have also showed a little more urgency in that round. I mean, to me, the fight was very close at that point. I thought both fighters could have, just pretty much threw it against the wall and said, man, I'm going to go for it. But I think that each fighter really kind of took that round off, to be honest with you. And even though I think the ringside score of Chris Mannix had Haney winning that round, which I have no issue with, I still didn't see enough urgency. Anyway, we get to the scorecards. One judge had it a draw, which is what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a draw, but it ended up being a majority decision by Ryan Garcia. After the fight, they asked Ryan what did he want to do. And like a champion, Ryan said, let's run it back. I mean, without hesitating. He didn't say, you know what, I'm going to go on, move up to welterweight. I had trouble making weight. I'm going to, get on out of here. But he said, no, let's run it back. And then they asked Devin the same thing. Devin already told Eddie Hearn that he had his next fight lined up, but he said that he's up for the rematch too. Now, I don't know if that means that Devin is going to go right into the rematch or is he going to fight his mandatory. The good thing for Devin is that he did lose the fight, but he didn't lose his title. Reminded me of when Kelly Pavlik went up in weight when he was the middleweight champion. He went all the way up to light heavyweight for the fight with Bernard Hopkins. He lost he did lose the fight, but he didn't lose his title. Same thing here. Devin is still the champion at super lightweight. Now, the only thing I'm wondering about fight fans is when they fight next, do we want to see this fight at super lightweight or do we want to do a catch weight? Do you want to do a catch weight at 143 and make the, to make the table more even? That way, Devin can come in at 143. Ryan can come in at 143. Because listen, if you think that didn't play factor in this fight, you got to go back and remember when Castillo, I want to say it was the second Castillo Corrales fight, and Castillo came in something crazy, 3-4 pounds, something crazy over the weight. Corrales took the fight anyway, and I had a gut feeling, I'm not going to say I called a knockout, but I had a gut feeling that Corrales might knock, that Castillo might knock Corrales out, because this is what the extra weight does, people, when you don't come in on weight. Ryan Garcia looked much bigger than Devin Haney. Now, Ryan Garcia, if he'd have came in at 140 pounds, when he rehydrated, he may have been, let's just say 154 pounds, somewhere around there. But the fact that he didn't have to come all the way down to 140, I feel that let him hydrate up even more. He looked like he was easily 160, 161 to me. So not making weight does give you that advantage. So I would like to either A, see Ryan come in a rematch right at 140 pounds, or B, they both come in a little bit over to make it even. All right, fight fans, what did you think about the fight? Did you find it enjoyable, and who did you pick to win? Did you pick Garcia or did you pick Haney like me? And what do you want to see next? Do you want to see these guys fight each other again because it was an entertaining fight? And do you agree with me? Either they make it at super lightweight or they make it at a catch weight. If you haven't already, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so we can keep talking boxing. All right, fight fans, that's all I got. I'll let y'all later.